Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the YouTube channel. My name is Kieran. This is Real Talk Football and I wish you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day. As you're watching this, it is St. Patrick's Day, my national holiday, and it's currently 10 a.m. so good morning to you all. And well, today is a big day, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a huge day. We have Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, last 16, second leg. We are currently 1-0 up on them after the away leg, and we got the away goal. So it is fantastic that we have that away goal. We have that bit of cushion to lean on going to this home leg in Stamford Bridge. Otherwise, look, I think this will be a very tough test, don't get me wrong. I'm not looking at this as an easy way through to the quarterfinals. In fact, I think it's going to be the opposite. Atletico Madrid are going to come out fighting today, and we need to be on our best behaviour defensively. I'm looking at you, Marcos Alonso. I'm looking at you, Andreas Christensen. I'm looking at the whole back five, and I'm looking at you and I'm saying you need to be on your best behaviour, because this Atletico Madrid team, they have new recruits, so to say, that weren't available for the first leg. They have Carrasco, who's available. They have Jimenez, who's available. They have Trippier, who's available down the right side. So they have both Carrasco and Trippier back on that left and right hand side, which is a bit of a danger for us because obviously, defensively, wing back rows probably not our strong point. The people on the left and the people on the right will have to defend, whether it's Chilwell, whether it's Alonso, whether it's Callum. Whoever it is, they need to defend. Pulisic even. I think we need to go into this game. We need to get a clean sheet first and foremost. I think that's the most important thing. And from previous games, you can say that is a very strong possibility that we do get a clean sheet. So, look, I'm coming into this quietly confident. I'm 60% sure we're going through tomorrow. And 60% is a lot higher than it would have been in past years. So, look, that just shows how far we've come under Thomas Tuchel. He's improved us massively tactically. His press conference was quite interesting. He talked about that threat of Trippier, Jimenez, Carrasco coming back into the team. He said one goal can change everything, which is what I believe as well. And he said that Mason will be a big loss, and there's no Tammy, there's no Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is a huge loss, obviously. And he told the reporter to stop reading reports about Timo Werner leaving Chelsea. So he's annoyed at that. And I can see why he's annoyed, because Timo Werner, he hasn't been too bad. And the fact that the journalists are coming out and saying that he has a chance of leaving Chelsea is quite ridiculous, really, considering he signed this summer. And, football, I've said this before, I'll say it again. It's a very volatile game, Things can change very quickly in regards to who's a good player, who's a bad player, who's a good manager, who's a bad manager. Things can change within a flash, So I think Timo Werner, for him, I think, look, he needs to score more goals. That's evident, okay? I don't want to be making excuses for him, because it's not good enough that we've brought him in for this amount of money and he's not scoring goals. But at the same time, you need to give him time. The lack of patience in the modern day, the modern game, the modern day fan is ridiculous, I think you need to be given him at least till January of next year before making a judgment. I think he's a very effective player. I think he's one of our best players in terms of attitude, in terms of how he carries himself. I know that's very underrated in today's game. Attitude is a big asset in football, I think that's partly why Mason Mount starts every game for Chelsea. The team I would like to start today, I don't know about you lot, but I would go for a Mendy goal, that's a given. And then you could go for Callum, or you can go for Reece James, right wing back. Personally, I'd go for Callum Hudson-Odoi. I think attacking wise, going forward, I'd give him a chance. He didn't start the last game there. I have plans for the two behind the striker, so I wouldn't start Callum in those positions. So I would personally start Callum right wing back and bring Reece James off the bench if needs be. If defensively we're shocking, then you can bring Reece James off the bench. And then the back three, I keep it the same. I keep Azpilicueta, I keep Christensen, I keep Rudiger as our three centre backs. I think that's very pivotal in our success in this game at Stamford Bridge. And then left wing back, shockingly enough, I'm going to go for Marcos Alonso here, and that might sound mad, but I don't think Chilwell played well enough against Leeds to warrant starting this game. And Alonso going forward, as much as I hate to admit it, he does offer something. He offers aerial presence, he offers technical ability going forward, and I think left wing back, he's not a bad left wing back, you have to admit. And until he proves me wrong, which will probably be very soon, I'm willing to back him in this game against Atletico. And then the double pivot, look, you could start Gilmour in Jorginho's role, and he would probably be more suited to him playing alongside Kante. But I don't think you should start Kante and Gilmour together. I think you should start Kovacic and Kante together as the more experienced duo. Gilmour, he's great on the ball, and he'd probably be great at playing that Jorginho role. But I think Kovacic and Kante is the safer option, personally. So I'd start those two beside each other. And then in terms of the two in behind the striker, you have a range of options here. I would go for Ziyech and I would go for Timo Werner behind the striker. And Ziyech, he's come under a lot of fire from the fans, but personally, I think he's been the most creative player, and you need a creative player beside Werner. You could start Havertz beside Werner. You could even start Havertz beside Ziyech. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Havertz has played well so far, but I think it's too soon for him to start a game of this magnitude. So I would start Werner, and Werner's moving, we know how good he is off the ball moving until he gets on it and he misses a vital chance. And then up front on his own, I will go for Olivier Giroud, and that is solely for the reason, look, we know why he scored that overhead kick, but also he's our most clinical striker. He's been rested the last few games. We've been saving him for this game against Atletico, and it's Giroud time, baby. Prediction wise, look, this could go either way. Atletico could come back into it and start a comeback and break our hearts. But personally, on St. Patrick's Day, on this fine St. Patrick's Day, I'm going for a Chelsea 1-0 win, and for us to advance to the quarterfinals. And if that happens, I've got Guinness beside me here. I'll be drinking plenty more of it tomorrow, 100%, if we go through against Atletico. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this preview. I will see you later on, much later on, for the reaction to the Atletico game. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to subscribe, stick around if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, everyone.